Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by Belfour.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I am at Belfour Property Restoration. I'm joined by Steve. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Wonderful. Tell me your story. How did you get involved with this company?
So I grew up here in Myrtle Beach. I've been here since '74, and Tony moved across the street from me. And it was kind of golf course conversation that started the conversations about me buying into Full Steam Ahead. That was back in 2001.
And look at you now.
We have come a long way. We actually started out with 8 employees. It was me and Tony and 8 employees. And I actually was hired to do sales and marketing. But the company grew so fast that I got into the production side, and I've been doing production, all of it ever since.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
So for somebody that might not know, what does Belfour do?
So we specialize in insurance restoration. So if somebody's house gets damaged either by water or fire, we do mold remediation, we do a little biohazard cleanup. Anything that normally when the insurance company gets involved, we can get involved and help you guys out with it.
So how far is your reach in terms of who you're able to help?
So we concentrate in Horry, Georgetown, and Brunswick County. But now that we're Belfour, our reach is a little bit farther. So we go up into the Wilmington area, we go up to Florence, we are basically east of 95, and then Columbia takes care of west of 95. And we go down to McClellanville, because Charleston comes up to McClellanville.
Gotcha. And you mentioned it a little bit before, Full Steam Ahead is what you guys used to be, and now you're Belfour. Tell me all about that.
So in 2020, we were acquired by Belfour, and we've maintained the same employees that we've had. Probably 70% of them are still here. You normally lose people, just normal attrition. And we use the same subcontractors we used before.
Yeah, you like to support small businesses, right?
We're supporting the same local small businesses that we did when we were Full Steam Ahead.
Very cool. Now, talk about the process when somebody gives you guys a call. You're able to come out, see what the damage is, and then come back here, and they're able to actually design.
The whole 9 yards. If you have a loss at your house in the middle of the night, you can call us and we will come out and respond. Say you get out of bed and you step into water, you can step into 2 inches of water if a supply line breaks, and we'll come out and take care of that. And then your next step normally is to contact your insurance company. So once you reach out to your insurance company, we'll meet with the insurance adjuster and make sure they see the same damages we do, so everybody's on the same page. And then we can actually, once we determine what is damaged after we dry the house out, you can come here to make selections. We have a beautiful showroom. You can do your floor coverings, your cabinets, paint colors, countertops here. And then if you don't like something we have here, we'll take you wherever you want to go to do some shopping.
Awesome. Love that.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most rewarding part of this job?
So for me, what keeps me around is when someone first has a loss and they don't know which way to go, it's the process of helping them through that process. So I like to show up at the house and they're kind of freaking out a little bit, which is what you do when you step out of into water. And then we actually can help guide you through that process. And that's working with the people is my favorite part of the job.
And I can imagine you've made some friends over the years and have lots of stories.
I'll tell you, we have made friends. Not only do they become customers, but a lot of them become friends also. And we still do social things with a lot of those people that we've worked for.
Yeah, how did you get involved with Belfour in the first place?
So probably 15 years ago, there was a loss in North Myrtle Beach, and we were working on the loss, and we get a phone call that somebody from Belfour Property Restoration was going to come down, and they might take the job from us. It was a $30,000 job, so it was a rather large job. And the gentleman came in town, and I met him, and we hit it off, and he let us do the repairs, so they didn't bring Belfour in from Charleston. And since then, we've done 4 jobs for him personally. His mom and dad owned the condo. That same condo's flooded 3 times. He had a condo in Tidewater that somebody drove a car into, and we did the work for him there. And then they actually used to have some jobs here in Myrtle Beach, and they would call us and ask us if we would help the customers out. So we built a great relationship with Belfour.
This story is sponsored by Belfour.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Unilever Food Solutions.
All right, Chef Alvaro Lima, thank you so much for being on the show today. Tell me about what trends we're seeing in food. This is so interesting to me.
Yes, absolutely. So we have 250 global chefs at Unilever Food Solutions, and all of us got together and were able to narrow it down to these 5 future menu trends. And they are modernized comfort foods, low waste menus, irresistible vegetables, local abundance, and the new sharing.
Right, and these are trends that we're seeing amongst Gen Z as well as millennials, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I do fall under that demographic still, and everything in front of you looks delicious, I have to say. So why don't you walk me through some of these recipes and maybe I can make it home.
Absolutely. So for modernized comfort foods, we have our French onion ramen soup, and it's putting a modern twist on a comfort food, right? By caramelizing some onions. For our low waste menus, I have a pozole verde. This is something that I grew up eating. We utilize every part of the vegetable. So peels, stems, and we're really cutting back on food waste. Over here, we have a beautiful spicy falafel plate. We have some roasted vegetables, some pickled vegetables, some fresh vegetables, a beautiful tahini sauce. And we're trying to make vegetables the star of the plate. And over here, I have a nice beet and mushroom slider. And basically, this is talking about sharing that story, right, from the local farmer, that local produce, making dishes more sustainable. And of course, we've tied it together with our restaurant size here, vegan mayonnaise under Hellmann's. And for the new sharing, it's my very own favorite because it's a modern take on tapas. We have here a corn and squash dumpling paired with some beautiful sauces like a salsa macha and a charcoal aioli.
I love it. Well, Chef Alvy, where can people go to learn more information about these recipes?
So you can actually download the full trend report. We have all the recipes to these dishes here at unileverfoodsolutions.us.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Unilever Food Solutions.
Well, honestly, I feel like I need to give quite the introduction here because I'm with Quadre and you have many titles.
Yes.
And you've already been on the show as an artist, you're an entrepreneur, you're an author, and today you're a juiceologist.
Juiceologist.
Do you ever, sleep?
I do sleep, but at the same time, I gotta make sure I gotta, get the work done.
Yeah, he gets the work done. So why are you here today?
So I'm here today to introduce my new juicing book, and so we could actually create and make our own juice today.
I love it. And you wrote this cookbook with all your different juice recipes, but really you can kind of customize to your taste, to what you need. What do we have today?
So today we have one of our favorite juices that I like to make. It's called my Orangeade Power Juice. So we have green apples, we have oranges, we have carrots, and then we also have my favorite thing, ginger.
I love ginger.
Yes.
It's the best. All right, let's get to work.
Let's go.
Well, now we have everything chopped up and ready to go into the juicer. How does this work? I've actually never juiced anything before.
Okay, so this is what you do. So once everything is chopped up and ready, all you do is come over here to the juicer. You gotta make sure you have a plastic bag in the back compartment for where the rest of the things come. Yeah, so it doesn't fly everywhere, so it'll catch it for you. And then there's just a little knob. So there's low speed and high speed. Usually when I juice, I do it on high speed because every fruit has a different type of texture. So like the carrots are a little bit more thicker and harder than the apples and oranges.
Gotcha.
So once you flip the switch just like this, high speed.
It's about to get loud in here,
It's gonna get real loud. So once I flip it back on high speed, I'm gonna pull this out. This is the presser. You're gonna drop the fruit down into the hole, and then all you're gonna do is just continue to push this down, and the juice will come out right here on the other side in the department.
Beautiful. To juicing to health.
Yes.
I'm not just saying it, that's so good.
Yes, it is.
That is so good.
It is.
Well, where can people find your cookbook?
You can find my cookbook online at www.gullah-geechee-family-foundation.com. Also on Amazon.com, you can make a purchase.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, I am so excited to be back in the kitchen today, and I'm joined by Chef Melinda. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be back.
Let's jump right on into it.
Wonderful.
What do you have for me today?
I have my best seller for you today. Even though with my layer cakes, the red velvet cake with cream cheese icing, it is the all-time best seller when I'm at shows. But for regular family events, it is the butter pound cake, the old-fashioned Southern butter pound cake.
I love a pound cake.
Yes, so I couldn't understand why I would be making very elaborate desserts, and people would be sitting there, you know, conversating, and then they would say, "What are you baking today?" And I'm like, "Just a vanilla pound cake." But that would be the sensation for them, is the smell of that butter pound cake, and bringing back old-fashioned memories, I think, is another reason why they just loved it.
It's just gorgeous.
So I made this last night, and I made sure that it was in servable sizes, so that it can hold whatever your topping is. So you don't want to cut it thin when you're going to put some really good stuff on it. So I'm going to serve up the first piece, and this is so versatile. You can serve it with any fruit topping that you would like, any ice cream, Cool Whip, but I'm going to do two things. I'm going to put fresh strawberries and some Cool Whip on them. So I'm going to take my little
We've got
utensils.
some cute tongs. Yes. We've got some cute little forks. She came prepared.
Love, love, love to serve, love to entertain. I think that's where my love of baking comes from, is loving to see the look on people's faces when they taste it for the first time. So here,
it's a love language, you know, like acts of service. I think that kind of falls into cooking.
It really does.
Maybe a little gifts too.
Yes, yes. These are perfect gifts. When I was a teenager and my budget was very limited, this was my best seller, was to put these in beautiful little cellophane bags and twist ties, you know, with whatever occasion it was, whether it was Valentine's Day or Christmas.
It's perfect for that.
Perfect. So as you can see, they
those are some gorgeous.
Are gorgeous. I was like, oh my goodness, this late in the season.
I know too.
Yes, I was so glad to be able to get these. So I'm going to put the first one together. We're going to get our Ready Whip together here.
Not sponsored, but sponsored by Ready Whip.
Yes. So normally I would make this homemade. My children have gotten so spoiled once I realized that you can make this homemade, and it's so much better.
Of course.
She's addicted to it, I must say. Any dessert that has the homemade whipped topping in it,
it's so good.
She's like, excuse me, may I have? Mom, please, can you save me some? So here is the very first bite for you.
Here's the verdict.
Yes. Wait to see what you think.
I want to get a little bit of everything in this bite, so.
It's delicious. Even for breakfast.
That's money right there.
I'm just going to serve.
You know how to make a pound cake, I'll tell you that.
Thank you so much.
My goodness.
Like I said, since I was 9, you know, just all of a sudden one day they asked me to make the family birthday cake from a box. And everybody would say, oh my gosh, this can't be from a box. Absolutely, it's not. And I was like, it is though. And they said, well, what's the secret? I'm like, I don't know. I just go by the box. But they were like, no, you're doing something different.
Yeah, you just have a gift, I guess.
It was just the gift coming forth.
Yeah.
And so from there, you know, just a little bit more. From there, of course, the question was, how are you going to start making homemade? And what are you going to make? And so that's where the challenges came in.
Oh, yeah.
So they just start challenging me, and I just kept going.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.